So who would like to start with light language?
I don't mind.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste. Do you receive any translation?
Namaste. Again, I feel that was the Naga. They've been coming forward a lot, folks, but no, I haven't received anything at the moment.
It's still beautiful. Okay, who would like to go next, or else I will? Okay, I guess I will then. Hikaya tsukuto yaya tsiki kaya toto kiki kai siki tsukuto toto yaya kite kote taya tsuko yaya to kaya te koto te yaya tsuko ko te te yaya kaya te kati koto te yaya tsiki kia to Yasi, aqui te puto te aí, te kuto te sika ki atu ko te ai ko te ya te ki te au ki ta ya te ya to ya ke siki ta ko to ya ai ta ya ko. Hasi ko te ya ki ta ya to ko ta ya te ya si ka te ya ki. Who's ya ki te ya su ko te ya si ki ya su ko te te ya ki we are the griffins. Si ki to ai te ya ko te ya ya ko skaya. Yes, ya ya te ya ki to ya si ki te ayo to te ya ki to koto. Hazia ya ki te ya koto here to say hello. Si ki te yo koto ya ski to ki to ai. Yes, ki ya to te ya and extend our blessings to you. Sikutoya ya si ki te ayo to ya te ki. Ya si ko ya hiti ya hiti ka yetu ko ya si ka te ko to ya si ya to wa ya si I am Gerard si ka ya te ya ko to ya te ya si ki ya o to te ya si I am this one's guide though she does not know it si ya ki te o ki te ya ki te ko to ya si ka to ha si ya ya te ko ya ya ko ta ya si ka Tui, ai hazi e toko tahia te uku. Si a kia te ahi koto te ta ia koto ia ta sikia. Wow, that was different. I've only channeled a griffin once, and that was gosh, like 2 years ago. And so that was a surprise for them to come through. Thank you, Gerard. I'll have to connect with him more often. So who would like to go next?
Sharukuraha. Te lake. Deep within your mind, Asara Janzuraka. Ashuzunaha Amaaki. Kiki Wahala Nieta Rokuskara Niete. Titi and Jasukuraha. The frequency, the silence. Makai Kayanaha. The answers you seek, Taramujukuraha. Deep within meditation, Tarakai Zanzuraha. Mahatu, adjusting your frequency, healing your essence, healing on all levels. Taraja Kurakai Naha. Mataraza, 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 Nzu. Itara, reaching for higher levels, for new levels of awareness. Taram Zukurasa. Askurashka Yenehenu Ara Ane Mahaka. What is going on? Teanaha, Teamakatia Rojuku. Kikianaha, who has the answer? Ukaraza Sarashanzu. Nimahakiki. Purahani. Deep within you, within your heart, within your frequency, your vibration, your connection to source, within Tarakaikai Mahasha, Tarahniha Tarakiki Mahashurupuska, the deep balance and knowing of you, Tarakiki Anaha, Teja Zurukukuyawaha, the heart, Tarashishi, extension of God, of source, of the angels surrounding you, guiding you. Taram Zukurasa Sinja Mahatara Zukuraha, Itam Zukusha, Maha Ulahaniwe. Where are you going, Taraza? Yarakiki ki Mahata. Follow your joy, your peace, Tarajukukuaha. Mahana Niwe. Ushasana Saraki. We are with you. Mahantia Nanaha Nu Ukura. Irtmusukrtanieta Anjiku Umba Anjijiwa. Kiana Lia Atura Haniewa. Create your own healing. Connect within Tarajashiki and Nehetia Maha. Believe Taraka, you are more powerful than you currently Horahakai Nahatiti Mahshukuaraha. Then you are in the space of knowing of it is there. We love you. Be one with the universe, with God, with creation. Tarakai kai peace. We love you.
I'll just say a couple of Gayatri mantra. So, Om Bhur Bhavasvaha Tatsartur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhavasvaha Tatsartur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Namaste.
Tu iana hakahiena ma paka o turunio, o tu hia paka enuru, tu ia pahaena nara, ki tu shishishiwa maraka, i tu iana maka i tānara, turiniriti a kahiena nara, pa oro turu tu kuhono, a pahaena kahahiena nara ta, kuhui ta pahana, kahiena mai, ta haiana tutuia, ta pahai. Hawena ya, tahawena na, ahiena oena na e, ikiana pa e, te huiru to hiena pa, e na e to hoena kahia pa e no hoena kakaki, kaena ta yuru tu ko, apahiena ha ka, to hiena ta e ta kahi. Tinyoro tukuyena mahaka toyenaka Ianata kiarata kiotoyena maha Ichono toyenaka Kiana hoyerana ka toyerana pae to Tiana paeta Tiana nahiata Kiara takuya mata hiana hakaye Kiana hakaye The song of the voice of the water of remembrance, singing its song of blessings. As you're sending your blessings to the earth, the blessings are carried through the water. The water emits the energies, amplifies and expands this frequency that is being sent around the earth. We are the elements of the water. We are the beings of the oneness of the water within the water that you drink, within the water within your bodies. Do you sense us? Do you hear our song? Sing with us. Kiana kaha, kiana kaha, koana kaha, koana kaha. Kiana kaha, kiana kaha, koana kaha, koana kaha. Let the water of your body be filled with this energy, that you sense the source within you, that you sense the energy of water within the blood of life. We sing, and your song and your voice continues to carry our frequencies. Find that love, find that joy, find that peace. Kiana narakaha, kiana narakaha, kiana narakaha, kaha. Sorry, I'm just still listening to the song. I just really felt very loving and warm, like when you step into the ocean and you're just kind of floating in the water. That's like how it felt, like just so peaceful and beautiful. Blessings.
And Mary Magdalene, I am here. I'm so pleased to be here with you, with this group.
Thank you.
Greetings, Mary. Thank you for being here.
I want you to walk forward in your path. I want you to do what you're passionate about. I want you to step forward, healing and blessing others with your capabilities, letting go of your smallness, of it's not real. You think that you are you make yourself small, but just move forward, forward. Step forward. Walk with me. Walk with Yeshua. Walk with us. Walk. Walk forward. Step forward and be all that you can be. You know that because you do. Seek within yourself. Use the violet flame. Use the yellow, the golden flame. Use it. Use it to bring out and bring forth all these blessings that you have within you. You have many, 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 many gifts. Go forward when you have an idea. Go forward when you wish to be present. Go forward when you wish to say something within you, and say it with passion. Say it and bless others with it. When you are prompted, it is the right time to do it. If you're not prompted, then do not move forward, but move forward with all that you wish to be in this world. You wish it, you can have it. Be blessed, bless others with what you have. That is all. Wow.
Thank you. She had something to say and she said it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it? Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, that was intense. She's
It
like,
was.
yeah, you've got this stuff. Let's go, girl.
Came through before, but not like that. Questions, maybe? Let me just see. Does anybody have any questions?
Will she take questions?
Yes, she will.
Oh, beautiful. I have a question. This morning as I was waking up, I heard somebody call me Wendy. And then I was like, okay, who is that? Again, think it's my dad, but why is he calling me?
It is your dad. Your father and you are connected, of course. And you were calling him as much as he was calling you. You physically heard in your ears, that in your head, that it was your father calling you. But in truth, you were calling out to him at the same moment that he was calling to you. It is for your remembering and recognizing that you are connected. Before you woke, you were working together, you were speaking together, you were walking together in another realm. And this was your acknowledgement of each other as you awoke. Yeah. You had much fun spending moments together before you woke. Yes.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah, that's good to know because I didn't recall that. But I do recall seeing a text message, what seemed to be like a text message. I've been getting a couple of these different things showing up. This time it seemed like a black background, red letters, and then white letters on top of the black background. And the red letters were more like a bigger font and bold. So just wondering what that connection is.
So these were separate from your father?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was separate. And I don't remember if it was like a meditation the night or the day prior or in the morning.
So
But
you were
that's
oh.
yeah, so that was the second time I got a text, like what I'm calling it a text message, but it seemed like it was like written out. And the time before that, it was so this morning it was yellow letters and white text, and the one prior was the red letters and then black letters afterwards. So it's almost like it was a heading, larger in a different color, and then whatever was being written. And it was only like 2 or 3 sentences that I saw, but I feel like I was like looking at something I was reading, or somebody had sent me a message and I was trying to get it, or maybe I got it and I don't know what it was. So just wondering what it was or what they were.
We were checking. They're messages about what you are to be working with. It is again what you have been speaking about, the golden flame, the working with fire energy. It is all together. It is coming through to you, asking you in just yet one more way to work with the golden flame and the fire energy and all that you have been doing. It is confirmation that you were on your path and that you're to continue.
Beautiful.
You see that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody else have questions?
Yes. Sue, did you have one first at all?
You can ask your question first. I can go later.
I was interested in guidance, and there's been some great transitions and challenges over the past 10 years. Some things I've been told about what has happened and why things were so difficult and having to overcome, and still dealing with, like, there was some health challenges, and there was a recent healing that's made great changes, which has been amazing. And I still had some really heavy trauma in the past that still affects me a lot, with living day to day, just my ability to physically function, and on the physical level, and the emotions, and the mental. So there's a lot of stuff that I've been dealing with and have come to better levels, yet still I'm going through some stuff. And if there's any kind of insight that you see about these things, if you're able to know what I'm talking about without me giving too much detail on the
Right.
heavy aspects of what I've been through.
It's not a coincidence that the yellow flame has been here, the golden flame here. This is what we've been talking about. What the golden flame came and was talking about, using that ability, tuning into it to transmute what is going on for you. Trust that it will come into you. There is an element within you that does not trust that you will be able to do this, but you are a master at this. This is something you can help other people, you can help yourself. So, and as you're helping yourself, you are also expanding your knowledge of how to help other people as well. You have this ability within you. You have this ability to tune into the yellow flame, the golden flame, all of that, and to actually use that specifically within especially when you're working with Christ consciousness. This is your wheelhouse, that you will be able to do it. So trust in that. Build up your trust and your faith that you can do it, and this is what you will do. It will come to pass, and you will be able to feel better in short time. As soon as you are building up your trust, you will be able to move forward with this. We bless you on this.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it resonates that, yeah, that I do have this within me, these abilities, and that there's been some kind of something going on with the connection of these things, that I know that I'm powerful and have had for lifetimes, that learned. And
we want you to tune into the actual vibration of the flame. We want you to tune into that. We want you to do other things too that were listed. Go back and listen to the recording and listen to all the steps that were given to you, but also tune into like the strands of the flame. We know we don't think of it, you think of it as more like of movement and everything, but there are strands and membranes in that flame. And so we want you to just seek out like one strand. The strand is very powerful. So just the flames are very powerful. And so you really you don't need much. Just tune into like a little essence of that flame and put it in your heart chakra, put it in your heart, bring it in within you, and then start from there. You will know which way to move with it. Each time that you will work with it, it will be slightly different. You'll be addressing something new, something else within you, but you will know how to do it. And so trust what you were given, have a specific method, how you do it, how you access that little strand, and then from there, you'll be guided to whether to move to a certain part of your body or to be to a certain part of a feeling or a pattern or a limiting belief or actual physical pain. You will know what to be guided, and you will have different movements that you will do each and every time. It will be different. You'll be wondering what you're accomplishing, but you will find the results as you do this. You will find your path.
Anything about the healing abilities that I share with people? Is there anything that I'm not utilizing to help people that I've forgotten or that is within my field?
We love your big, expansive heart. We love how compassionate you are for the people that you are working with. Tune in every given moment, perhaps before you start the session, but also as you're working with that person, you will hear us guiding you. You will hear us or feel us. You will know when you are working with us what steps to take. Just tune into that person's vibration and tune into your own inner knowing, and you will be given the guidance of what to do in that moment with that person. It is more than just one thing. It is something that is customized for each person and as much as yourself. So as you are working to make yourself feel better, you actually will feel better, and then you will be able to it'll expand your knowledge of how to be working, customize it with each individual person that you are working with.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So these are some of the challenges that are lessons for me to expand my consciousness, to be able to utilize them to help others by going through my own challenges, experiences.
Yes, you do not have to do anything to expand your consciousness. As you are working with that strand of flame and as you are doing these new methods, you actually automatically expand your consciousness because you're actually expanding what you know. Because every moment you are working with it, you are actually doing something new and something different. And so even if it's the same technique that you used 5 minutes ago, it actually is new because it's a new moment. So you actually will be expanding the consciousness through the being the now presence of what you're doing in that moment. You will actually be expanding. So you don't have to do anything to expand. You already are expanding your consciousness. Just keep practicing and having trust. Have trust and faith that this is what you're doing, and have the courage to step forward and to keep going, even when it looks like it's not working, because it is working. It is working, and you are a master at this. So please keep going.
I love you. Blessings.
I love you too.
All right. I have a question. So Mary, I was told, several years ago that I hold an aspect of your essence or energy to assist me on my life's journey, and that I'm also part of your soul group. And I was told that at some point I would perhaps channel you in working with groups of women related to the divine feminine. And so I don't know if you could perhaps help clarify that for me or provide any additional context or any other message that you might have for me as far as the next steps in my spiritual work.
Okay. Yes. Well, yes, it is true that somebody's told you that, and it's great that they told you that. And that when someone tells you that, you tune into your heart and see how it resonates, because everyone can see different aspects of you, and there's all kinds of immaculate, all kinds of of infinite possibilities of what you can take forward. So we want you to go forward with what you're passionate about. So are you passionate about working with women? And if so, then get started. Just as we said in my very first messages, get started and move forward with what you're passionate about. It may not be today that you're passionate about it. And so it may be something happens tomorrow, and it might be something that someone stops and talks to you in the grocery store, and you actually are able to give them a message, whether they know what you're doing or not. It doesn't matter, but you can actually channel what is, you can channel me and tune into me and ask for me to come and guide you, and I will help guide you what to say to that person. Even if they don't know what they're doing, they'll think you're talking, which you are technically, you're talking, but we want you to just step forward with your you're passionate. It doesn't have to be like a big grand picture that you have to implement and have spreadsheets and have all these plans and all this IT work done to map it out. Just get started with what you need to do and start with one little baby step, and it will build like a snowball, and then the spreadsheets will come afterwards. But right now, you don't have to have the full vision. Don't stop yourself by having to have the full vision, having to know and have someone tell you. Just get started. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome answer. That's totally right with me as far as being an analyst by day of wanting to have things planned out. So that's for sure. So I'm trying to go with the flow more and yeah, just follow what happens day to day, what comes into my awareness.
And flow. Do something playful when you're not working, or take a break, or go for your lunch and go for a walk and do something playful that's kind of crazy that you wouldn't be doing when you're at work. And just do that for like a moment to connect to that playfulness and the flow and the ease, just do that.
Yeah, I was actually doing that earlier, playing with my cats and just being silly with them and playing with their toys. And yeah, so I've been trying, yeah, just in the last day or two, trying to play more like with them and just take time out from my busy day to just connect and be present and yeah, like you said, be playful and get into that energy of
We want
being.
you to do it in a way that let's say you're at work and you're taking a lunch break and let's say you're going for a walk. We want you to do it in a way that isn't necessarily like, you don't have to go skipping down the road to be playful. The other day, Susan was walking to the bank. It was a half-hour walk, and she was like, "Oh." And so she said, "I want to be playful, and I really want an apple." And she went past a tree that she normally befriends, and that tree actually had an apple on the sidewalk in front of it. And she thought, "Oh, I hope there's no worms on it. Like, what is this apple? Should I touch it?" It was perfect. It was perfect, and it was delicious. And then there's two other trees that she befriends, and so as she came close, 3 blocks away, and she came to those trees, she found a pine cone under each tree on the sidewalk as a gift for her. And so she picked them up and brought them home with her. But you see, that was her playfulness. It wasn't something, nobody would know what she was doing if she picked up an apple or a pine cone off the street. You can be playful in ways that are imaginary. You can play with the wind, you can play with the sky, you can play with the clouds, you can play with the squirrels. You can, as the dogs are approaching you, you can say, "Hi, dog," and you can talk from your heart to the dog, and the dog will go, "Whoop," and the owner will go, "Hey, come on," and you will be playing with the dog, and don't get the dog in trouble, but you can be playful with nobody paying attention and just exercise that playful muscle and playful, and then this will help you move forward in all the work that you are doing. It will expand what you're already doing. You already are greatly gifted in all this other, but people are playful. It will allow more to come through.
Well, that totally resonates with me because every walk I take around my neighborhood, like I'm connecting to the trees, and saying hello. And there's some trees in my forest that have given me their names, and I do communicate telepathically with them. But yeah, I do connect with animals. Like you said, dogs on the street, I'll like telepathically say hello and tell them how beautiful they are, or things of that nature. So I definitely do that. And I do often have sightings of animals kind of in unusual circumstances. And I was told by my one of my spirit guides, Red Feather, who is a Native American guide, that since I was a child, these sightings of animals are to remind me of my purpose. Because I do animal communication. I do communicate with animals and have done readings for others. And so yeah, I kind of feel like that's part of my purpose too. But I've always been connected to animals and trees, especially. But I've seen like a mountain lion in my backyard twice. I've seen like 2 eagles flying in front of my car before I picked up a squirrel with my bare hands as a kid, like with no fear. Like we used to find injured birds, things of that nature. And yeah, so I'm always, whenever I see like groups of crows, or there's like a family of owls and couple red-tailed hawks and in my woods, like I'm always thankful for the messages that they bring. And I do look up what those totem animals, and they come to me in my dreams as well, like black panthers and things of that nature. So I'm always, trying to be aware of the natural world around me, but I know sometimes I get busy with work or things like that, and I need to remind myself to, like you said, be playful, be present,
Yes.
and just be in that joyful energy in innocence of a child. Yeah.
And incorporate those animals and all the work that you're doing, that you do with yourself with those animals, can incorporate that with something for women. Incorporate that
Oh
with
yeah.
a workshop with women. So maybe how to identify your spirit animals, or whatever it is that you want to do, like something simple for women, and then they can move on further with something bigger that you present with them at the workshop. But you tell them, how to identify or how to work with animals, or how to telepathically communicate, and you can do this simple workshop, and then you can ask them if they want to do more, and then they can work more with you. And then that is very simple. It's a nice, simple, gentle step going forward in working with women, and that can expand. And as you work with women, you are going to find that your purpose expands, and it's not just one purpose. You don't have to identify and nail down and hammer down that one purpose. Your purpose is through this channeling, and then through that, you can work with women, you can work with animals, you can do all these different things. It's not nailed down to one thing. We do live in a multidimensional world, and so don't nail yourself down to like one thing and having to figure out one thing. Just figure out and move with every given moment. You're giving lots of different opportunities in every moment of which way you can go. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go talk to that dog. I'm going to talk to that bird, and whatever it is that you want to do. And so just be at peace, and don't be so hard on yourself. Just keep moving forward, one step after another. We hope this helps.
I know I was recently told in another channeling that I wouldn't be going through my ascension in this lifetime, that it would be like I would be coming back as more of a teacher in another lifetime, at least one, possibly two other lifetimes. But it sounds like it'll be more at a higher level, when I come back. But I did have a vision
Nothing
of
is fixed.
I did have a vision of, like, I did have a dream of me like walking into golden lights in the side of my, so in this dream I saw the side of my woods on the side of my house where the sunset usually is, and this golden light, like the golden Christ of consciousness light, was coming in through the trees. But I felt like myself and others were on the same path, kind of. I do have a path kind of around that side of the house, and I felt like I was walking on the path, and there was others like in front of me or behind me, kind of walking towards the golden light. And I felt like I was merging into that light, and it was love, and almost like, like moving towards ascension. It's kind of sort of how I interpreted it. And so after I got that message that, like, oh, you're not going to ascend, I was kind of like feeling a little disappointed. Like, what do you mean I'm not going to ascend to this lifetime? But I think that's just the human part of me,
It could,
like, like overanalyzing it, right? Or like we're always ascending or raising our consciousness. We're always working towards that. So whether, and really death doesn't really exist, right? It's just transitioning from one energetic form to another. So, it's,
of all the rules and all the
there's all the
and all the
rules, and I'm trying
checkboards,
to
what
just let
somebody
go of
told
all
you,
that.
what you told yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just be at peace with stepping forward and be joyfully enjoying those visions and those experiences when you come in contact with the yellow flame and the golden flame and everything that you are doing. Enjoy that moment, because there is no time, and there, just enjoy, because if you're enjoying it in that moment, you are ascending in that moment.
Yeah.
Peace about this.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying not to like analyze it or any of that. Just, just enjoy the experiences that we're here to experience. So thank you very much for coming. And if anybody else has any questions,
Yeah, I think Radha has a question.
Yes,
Radha?
Go ahead, Radha.
Yes, hello. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
So the work that we recently did in the pyramid, bringing in the Christ consciousness energy, could you tell us what impact it's had thus far?
we'll tell you what we're seeing. We're seeing waves and waves, like an ocean, but it's not an ocean. It's like the universe has got waves and waves flowing, and it's all these different colors, purple and gold and green, and all these different colors are flowing and flowing and flowing. And it's just like a beautiful, like, ocean of a universal ocean. And so the impact was in instant, and it came for the benefit of not just humanity, but of all the universe. Your work here is creating impact, not just for humanity, not just for Mother Earth, but beyond the galaxies. It's not just like a test case or whatever. It's like Earth is a place where things are created and changed, and benefit is happening. And so we are very grateful and appreciative, and stand in appreciation of the work you did in that pyramid. It had great benefit. It had great benefit.
I'm so glad to hear that. We were told that it would, stop, child trafficking and so forth. How long do you think it would take for that to come to fruition?
Things are changing. Time is a construct of human. So in that moment that you did that, it was changed. It's a while before you see it implemented everywhere. One moment. We are not going to get into timing. It was changed in the moment. It's difficult for your linear 3D brains to conceptualize, but keep focusing on your work is to focus on the trust of that moment. Go back in your mind's eye and meditate on the day, meditate on the actions that you took, meditate, bring in the golden flame with it as you bring in, work with those strands of the golden flame that we mentioned, and incorporate it into your memory of what you did. It will enhance the work that you've already done. The work is done, but you can actually start afresh and work further with it. This will be
wonderful.
Of use. Yeah, this will be of great use.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I was told that Lady Nada is walking with me through my lifetime, and
You have
I
many
understand
walking through your lifetime with you.
there's a whole entourage. So how is she related to Mary Magdalene?
She was a disciple of Mary Magdalene, of me. We walked the earth, and she gave great service. Yeah, so she was a disciple, an apprenticeship. There were many.
Am I related to the Essenes at all?
To the Essenes?
Yes.
So we're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Yes, we're seeing you. We're seeing you on land. Sorry, Susan is having all kinds of, they're not related. I don't, we are not getting a full picture of what to tell you about this. You are
Okay.
related. Yeah. We want you to request it to come to you in your dream time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that. Just
Yeah.
one last question. So the Lords of the Akashic Records told me that I would be given instructions when I left Egypt. And Isis informed me that the Himalayas are calling. Could you tell me what that is about? What does that involve?
Well, it's an initiation, of course. It is for your greater opening to retreat there, to spend time there with healers, spiritual leaders. Start researching on the Himalayas and start setting your intent, as opposed to waiting for it to happen to come to you. Start bringing it forward, start calling it forward to you. Start drawing a picture of what it is you want, what you're passionate about. Otherwise, it could, various things can come forward to you, but it may not be, you know, have all the bells and whistles that you want. Tune into the land of the Himalayas. Go energetically and speak to the land and connect to it, and connect to the spiritual leaders there. You don't have to research them. Just go and say that you want to be connected to spiritual leaders of the highest resonance and speak to them energetically, telepathically, in your dreams, and speak to them and say that you intend to come and that you wish to come. And then also put a picture on your computer of the Himalayas themselves, and start to immerse yourself in that. Look up the food and everything. Just start to call it in through your senses, through the food and your text, your taste and the touch and your visuals, and get immersed in it through joy and peacefulness, and let it come to you that way. Me telling you an answer is not going to bring you to the joy of the process. It is through the process that you are actually going to benefit greatly, because you will be discovering it on your own. We will be helping you, but you will be orchestrating and navigating it yourself through your passion and your interest, because the Himalayas is so high and wide. It's such a wide thing. It could be anything, but you have to be integral part of determining what you wish to do and how it is, as opposed to it just tell me what it's supposed to be. You are the creator. You create what you want and get to know what you want, and what you want will come to you. We will help. Ask again.
That is so cool.
Yes, thank you so much.
I have to interject, because I was showing them that I literally wrote in my book Himalayas before she asked her question.
Oh my God.
And
Oh wow.
so I had just a couple more questions, if you're still good, if Susan's still okay with her connection. But so after I had gotten these other messages, they were telling me that I was connecting in with ships, and, you know, from computers, and, you know, this kind of this light language, like picture that was dissected in a frame, and it was messages. And then afterwards I was like, oh yeah. And so it was kind of like, well, why do you think you're getting these messages? And I'm like, well, because I'm supposed to be working with first contact. And then after all this conversation, what popped into my head was communications officer. And I was getting the sense that I am a communications officer. And so I'm kind of wondering, like, in which dimension or which ship am I working with that phrase has come to my attention.
You have been a communications officer on other planets. And being here on Earth, you are just kind of a translator of all these different places. You don't have to be affiliated with one particular one. Your duty is to just exactly what you're doing with the channeling. And so
the light language.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, because I'm like, I don't know, I can pretty much, I've got just, I think about somebody and then boom, their light language will show up. So I find that very interesting. That makes sense.
If we narrow it down to one, it's hard to say exactly which, planet and everything, because you've been on so many. All of you have been you've been so many different things. There is no origin. You just are. You just sort of blend into you just go into this, try this experience and this being and everything. So you are connected. It's hard to separate where you began, because part of all that is.
Right.
So just be at peace with being a communication officer and receiving and being ready to open for the Syrians and the Arcturians and the Andromedans and whoever else, Planet X, Elemental P 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter what it is. So, but just know that you're receiving, and always just, of course, have the intentions of having Yeshua with you, the connection with the highest residents of
right.
Yeah.
And then that was the other thing too, is that in a couple of my dreams, one time I was standing on what I would say was, I don't know, concentric circles, but also divided up. But I felt like it was like a disc, but a map. And there was maybe a pylon in the center of it. And we were standing on it. And I remember looking at it, and I don't know what I was doing with it. But that was the snippet that I had gotten. And then another time I was like at this university with just almost like in between classes when everybody is on the sidewalks. And I was coming out talking to somebody who had a map. And I said, okay, well, let's go look at this map. And so then we were walking, and then I was like, wait, where'd he go? And I was looking for him. And then I said, oh, and I turned around. And then when I turned around, I was like, oh, well, maybe he's in this other, and I, in my mind, said stream. So maybe it's a stream of consciousness. So then I remember literally like coming up, floating and being horizontal and floating over all of the people. And then that's about the time I woke up. So I didn't actually find him in my conscious memory of, did I connect it with him again? But I was kind of wondering, what are these two, kind of separate, but feeling kind of unified map dreams that I'm having?
Well, this map was just a reminder of what you're supposed to be doing, what you are on your path for being this communications officer. It's all part of the same thing with many different aspects of different ways to go with it all. And so you are finding your way with these maps. It doesn't have to be one map. You really are just be in tune with where you need to be and what you need to, how you need to serve in any given moment. It doesn't have to be a fixed thing, but the map will come to you.
Okay, that makes sense. And
just trying to map it all out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, girl. So that cracks me up though about the Himalayas, because I don't know because I had been connecting with them I don't know, maybe 3 years ago when I first connected with Mount Shasta. It was within the next year, the Himalayas connected with me. And so I've had them on my mind, and the mountain. So the mountain speaks to me, and that's the image I get. But I also recently had that and so I don't know if that's elemental realm or galactic realm, but they said, we will be helping you soon. So, and then when you were telling Radha that, oh, you're going to work with teachers and mentors and something, I wrote down, I was like, that's me.
Right. Well, you two can go to the Himalayas.
Yeah. Another excursion and trip, Radha.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm in.
Yeah. Look at that. A retreat. Well, I did not say the word retreat, but the word retreat was coming up. So
Yep.
you could create your retreat.
All right, there's our map. So grateful for Susan being here and channeling you today as Mary Magdalene, coming through with your energy, your beautiful, forceful messages, and your unique insights to each of our questions. So we hope to connect with you again, whether it's through our own channeling or with Susan. So thank you.
You are welcome. It is my
Any
pleasure.
blessings? Any blessings you want to send us off with? We're happy to receive them.
I give you great blessings from myself, from within all that is. I bless your journeys, your physical bodies, your passion, and your choice. And we are so blessed by your presence here, your choice to be here, boots on the ground. We just send you with many blessings for peace and joy and passion and love and collective collaboration. And so it is. You are.
Beautiful. I was going to say, during that blessing, I literally went right into the quantum field. Like she went into a state of like kind of this centeredness. I'm sure you felt it. And then as soon as she started to speak, I went right there into the quantum state, and I was like, "Ooh, this is fun."
Cool. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, about halfway through that, I thought, I need water. Why did I not have water in front of me? But I'll get some.
Yes, get some water. For sure.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to practice because it's been 10 months since I really have channeled last. And then today I practiced with a colleague, and I thought she was going to practice too, but she's like, no, I'm just here to support you. Because I said,
yeah.
And today I felt kind of like, she felt so blessed by it. And I was like, well, it was just kind of easy. It was just kind of coming through me. Like, was I really doing it? Like, I don't know. And so
it's funny how it feels like that. Like, I mean, even connecting it with the golden flame, because I always get these random energies. Like one time I channeled the sky, one time I channeled sound, one time I channeled the ocean. I mean, you know, it's sometimes like these big collective energies. And I was told once that the reason they like to channel through me is because I can hold that energy. A lot of people, because it's such a big, expansive energy, can't hold it. And so it like wipes them out and makes them tired. So I've just, but I used to think, well, I can only do collectives. Like when I first started like working, it was like, I can only do collectives. And then it was like, no, you can do individuals.
Believe that, then you create that for being true for the moment until you move to a higher belief.
Obviously I can channel individuals as well, but still at the time, I just would be like open to whoever's going to be coming through. And so it was the golden flame.
Right.
Yeah. And I want to go back and listen too, because sometimes I miss, like I might catch snippets of what I'm saying. And then I want to, like, when I go back
7 times. When you go through something 7 times, there's new things that I heard a long time ago.
Like you'll hear something different each time. So yeah.
I was a little bit shocked by what just happened when I first started channeling. I was like, wow, what the heck?